Housing Commission, and thank all of you for your support in Detroit. And I look forward to seeing more of this happen, a shared vision, future action, and continued collaboration in this neighborhood. So thank you for having us. Thank you for allowing this to be a part.
Before our next speaker comes, I want to please draw your attention to the inside of your flyer, your program. That is the picture of Brigadier General Benjamin O. Davis Sr. This is history, folks. This is history. This is history. Mr. McLemore, it was your dad. Please come forward. Come forward. No. We have to see you because you're. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand. Well, Mr. McLemore's father is the one who came up with the name of Benjamin Davis. He served in the U.S. Army, and he indicated to us, shared with us, that it was important to him for veterans to be recognized in their needs. So I want you to know when you go back and you talk to your friends, family, and co-worker that Brigadier General Benjamin O. Davis Sr. was the first African American / black individual man who was promoted and given the rank of Brigadier General, the first in the U.S. Army. His son, in later years, joined the U.S. Air Force, and General Davis Jr. was the second black general in the U.S. Air Force, and also was very active in pulling and coordinating the Tuskegee Airmen. And as I indicated on the Pledge of Allegiance, the plane at the bottom, that is a red tail plane. So let's give credence and applause and happiness and power to those who came before us and who made a difference. Please give them some applause. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So that makes this even more special. As the kids say, more special. If it tastes really good, if it feels good, it looks good, it is good, it's good. All right, our next speaker, I'm proud to introduce, is Steve Ogden, Senior Vice President of Government Affairs for Rocket Companies, another entity who wanted to help make this development a reality. Steve, please come forward.
Thank you, Valerie. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Laura Granneman and her amazing team at the Rocket Community Fund, just want to say thank you for allowing us to be a part of this important moment. The Rocket Community Fund, like most, believe that everyone deserves safe and stable housing, particularly those that have sacrificed and served. So, in saying such, we are working very hard to make sure that places like this initiative that help stamp out veteran homelessness get their just due. And the most important thing about this entity is it's not only providing safe and stable housing, but I think what you noted earlier, it's those wraparound support services that come around each resident that ensures its success in the long term. As the lead sponsor for the Built for Zero movement, we've had opportunities to engage over 100 different communities across the United States around this initiative. And I'm proud to report that in those 100 and plus communities, including Detroit, we've been able to, since 2015, support 168,000 people that are now housed. So thank you for that. However, no city is making more progress on this initiative than right here in the city of Detroit. In fact, it's due to hard work, perseverance, patience, and dedication, along with collaboration. You see all the people on the stage. Can't do this solo anywhere. So it's with that puts Detroit marching towards the end of veteran homelessness. So again, thank you all for allowing us to be a part of this, and to veterans everywhere, thank you for your service. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And we have a representative here from Chase Bank, I think. There you are. Stand up, please. Please stand up. Just really quickly, I was on the phone talking to this beautiful lady and telling her we were talking about another development that our team is involved with, and I mentioned Benjamin O. Davis, and she immediately she wanted to come and see and be a part of this. So I want you to know how much I appreciate you, and we will appreciate talking to you again about our other development. Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Next is Felicia Burris. Felicia Burris is the interim director for the Rental Assistance Department at the Detroit Housing Commission. We could not move forward without them. Felicia administers the Housing Choice Voucher Program and the project-based vouchers. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for the heat. You provided a lot of heat. I had to go undressed because it was so hot up here. But it's so wonderful to see all the community support that came out for such a tremendous project. The Detroit Housing Commission has been committed to affordable housing since 1933. It is our mission, it is our passion, it is something that we take great pride in. And because of that, we are extremely honored to partner with all these wonderful entities up here to bring such a wonderful project to life. And what even makes it more exciting is that we get to service the veterans and the disabled families. Anytime we get the opportunity to pay homage and respect to our veterans who have made such a tremendous sacrifice. Those who have not served in the military, I don't know that we will even understand the sacrifices that they have made. For us to be able to stand here and have our personal freedoms. So anytime we get to assist our veterans is a time that we are just extremely grateful for. To be able to work with our disabled families who in the course of just trying to live their everyday lives run into challenges because oftentimes the world around them is not geared to the accommodations that they need. So for DHC to be able to make a 20+ year commitment in the servicing and housing of these families is not something we take lightly. We are just overwhelmed and overjoyed that we will be able to assist these families with the need of housing, which is critical in our area, not just in our neighborhood, but across the country. So we need to be diligent in the fight that while this project has come to life and it's wonderful, there's a lot of work that we still have to do. And we are just anxious and we're excited to continue to partner to do the things that are necessary to address the need of affordable housing in our areas. So what I would leave you with is like Benjamin O. Davis Sr. and Benjamin O. Davis Jr., these two gentlemen blazed a trail, and I'm not going to give you a history lesson. If you have not read about them, if you are not familiar, I challenge you to read, because they both came along in a time where everything and every challenge against them told them they could not do and they could not accomplish what they did. So I say to you, in a time where housing is as critical as it is, and we see the need, we can rise to the occasion. It is collaborations like this that make that happen. So we will continue to press forward. We continue to want to work and continue to work to bring affordable housing to our communities, because it is a right that everyone should have. And so until everyone has access to affordable housing, we have to follow the Davis Jr. and Sr. Plan and continue to be diligent. Thank you all.
Earlier, I did. I mentioned the name of Randy Walker, who's with as director of Veteran Affairs. But I also want you to meet someone else who's very, very special at Wayne County, and that's Hassan Sheikh. Would you please stand, Hassan? Let us know. Wayne County provided us with a letter of support. Wayne County even called to find out when this building was going to start. And every year, there's been conversations with the County of Wayne asking, okay, let us know what you want. let us know what you need. So I wanted to recognize you by all means as well. And also, without the a fabulous architectural team, this could not have happened. Um, they could not. No other team could have put up with us, right? No other team. And I'm a layperson as far as building. I don't know if this wall is straight or crooked, but I know the final product should have a certain look. And I asked if this could be added and that could be added. They were so kind to me, so tolerant of me. So Anthony Puano, president of Alliance Architects. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Even on changing pictures for the renderings, like, can we do something? Can we just do something else? So anyway, greatly appreciate it and want you to know that. Our next speaker is none other, the Chief Operating Officer, in a newly appointed position, David Holloway. David is here. Dr. Kimberly Farrell, who is the president and CEO, is unable to join us. David is the proud son of an American veteran, and amongst his many accolades was the fact that he was awarded Man of Excellence by the Michigan Chronicle and also alumnus of the year by Eastern Michigan University. He has a great deal of experience in managing community initiatives. David Holloway, welcome to your new job, and please come forward.
Well, thank you, Valerie, for that wonderful introduction, and I'm really excited to be here today. And on behalf of Central City Health, our CEO, Dr. Kimberly Farrell, and our devoted team, I bring you greetings. And I have the fortune to be accompanied by several members of our team today. Two of our company officers are with me. Our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. David Wash, as well as our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Charles Allen, are here as well. We are thrilled and delighted to partner on the Benjamin Davis Veterans Village. This initiative is really intriguing because this will address the housing needs of some of our most vulnerable citizens, but also the holistic needs of our veteran population. Not only putting a roof over their head, but looking at social determinants of health, looking at the holistic needs of the individual. And that's where Central City will step in to provide support. The Central City Health, for those of you who may not know, has been serving the city of Detroit for over 50 years. And we are one of the most robust health center plans with the FQHC designations as it relates to the array of services that our organization provides. We provide employment supportive services, as well as medical, dental, in addition to behavioral health and substance abuse services. So with this new initiative, we will have a case manager who's dedicated and assigned to support residents of this housing unit. And we are really excited to be able to do that. We have been fortunate over the years to be recognized for the quality of services that we provide. We have received NCQA accreditation recognition for the work that our team does, and we're looking forward to providing a high level of service to the residents of this community in this housing unit. So not only organizationally is this something that is something that is inspiring, but as the brother of a Air Force veteran who flew on combat missions in Vietnam, I have had the opportunity to personally witness the impacts of being a veteran and serving our country. And it's so gratifying to see that those who served our country will be serviced here with this Benjamin Davis housing facility. And I consider it an act of excellence. And as Benjamin Davis has said, that excellence is expecting more than others think is possible. And we kind of talked about some of the path that brought us to today, some of the challenges and obstacles, and even the timeline that got us here. But today is to be celebrated. So I do acknowledge that this is indeed an excellent day for the veterans, the underserved in our community, and the city of Detroit. So with that, I just want to say I salute those who contributed to making this day a reality. And I want to thank everyone and wholeheartedly express that Central City is committed to serving the needs of the tenants of this housing unit. Thank you.
Now, if you are still a little chilly, hot cider is still out there. You can tip out real easy. And you like it? Great. Okay. Great. Great. Happy about that. Our next speaker is, for those of you who live in this area, you already know her, Patricia Bosch. But before I ask Patricia to come up, did the Deputy Mayor Todd slip in on me?
So I'm right here, right behind you.
Oh, I'm gonna give him a hug. I've not seen him before, so I didn't know that was you. I apologize, but guess what, folks? We all know who he is, don't we? And for those of us who are not really in the city, we now know who he is. So before Pat, please, okay, I would like to please introduce our, I'm gonna say Mr. Deputy Mayor. Please come forward. Thank you, I'm sorry.
No, not a problem. Thank you all. This is just a remarkable day, and just a collaboration that we have in the city of Detroit and with all of our community partners to make this actually happen. And when I talk about collaboration, I was just sitting there thinking, you know, aren't we better together? You know, and as I just picked up the Sunday's paper this past Sunday, and the headline of it is talking about the city of Detroit and just really breaking down the comeback city. But a city or a region can't come back if we don't take care of the least of the least. And so I just really want to take this moment and take our time to celebrate what we've really accomplished, because this is truly remarkable. So everybody give yourselves a round of applause. And when you think about plans and bringing this to life and having a groundbreaking, 10 long years of putting the funding together, of strategizing, and of making sure that we provide quality housing for not only our veterans, but also our disabled community. Because as I was driving here and I thought about it, we all only a paycheck away from that being us. You know, and we got family members and we have friends that fit into that category. And so, Mayor Duggan, this is one of the things that really touches him, and that we put and pour money into to make sure that as the city grows, that it's a place and space for everybody. You know, affordable housing is what we do, but this one is even more special because of the who it will serve. So for our veterans, for our warriors on wheels, our disabled community, this right here lets you know that you're not forgotten about. Benjamin Davis, this is going to serve both. And so when we think about the fact that we're building a place for everyone, and then just to kind of recap on some of the things that we've already done to the city, I just want to highlight a couple facts. We've already built over 2,000 new affordable housing units in the city. And we have worked with the owners of another 10,000 existing affordable units to ensure that those that were going at risk of the marketplace or being put out in some of the places, working with our Detroit Housing Commission, establishing those deals to make sure that we got those leases extended so that it would be affordable housing for the next 30 years. The mayor is very proud of that. We're proud of that. And we're ensuring that as the city comes up, that our seniors, the ones who can least afford it and who have been there a long time, that they're not going to be put out. So we know that projects like these do not happen by themselves. So I would like to just thank our Mishta team, LIST, Rocket Community Fund, Detroit Housing Commission, and then our staff as well, Julie Snyder from our housing department HRD, Housing Revitalization Department, who worked so hard to be able to help put projects like this together. So once again, this is special. I retired from the Detroit Police Department, did 27 years there. And one of the things that I started when I was with them is the fact of making sure that our unsheltered, our at-risk population, not only do we just give them a blanket, and that we really push our providers to be able to connect them to long-term housing, because that's what it's really about. And I think that as we all can see, that in the city of Detroit, when you look at the San Diegos, or you look at some of the other places with a large population that's out in tents, in the city of Detroit, you're not seeing that because we're building affordable housing for our unsheltered population. So let's keep on doing it. And thank you all so much for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Benison, very much, because I know you had to scurry to get here to join us, so we appreciate that. And our appreciation also to Mayor Duggan, please, please. Okay, Lady Pat Bosch. Pat Bosch is the Executive Director of Northtown CDC and has served since its inception in 1992. She is a community activist and a very, very strong supporter of Restore Northeast Detroit, also known as Restore NED. And she's a strong supporter of the Northeast Business Association, referred to often as NEBA, N-E-D-B-A. Always an East Sider, Pat has lived in the Van Dyke 7-mile area since she was 10 years young. All right. Bless her heart. She also keeps a watchful eye on the historic Millbank Greenway, which is located right behind us for historic purposes, adjacent to where they're digging. That is the Millbank Greenway, which extends all the way downtown. So we are showing recognition. Pat, please come forward. You are a jewel, and we definitely appreciate you and the support of this entire community. Pat Bosch.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you all for being here in this historic moment. I'm just a figurehead. I'm just a representative of what we call the grassroots community. We are the boots on the ground. And those of you who are here representing block clubs, nonprofits, Restore Northeast Detroit, We Care About Van Dyke 7 Mile, and others, please raise your hand. Let's give them a round of applause. Because without these grassroots organizations, there would be no neighborhood improvements. There would be relatively little progress, because folks that are in this room and others that could not be here this morning are actually giving their blood, sweat, and tears to making not only Northeast Detroit, but the city of Detroit a better place. So I think we owe all the folks on the stage and all the folks that are listed on our programs. Certainly they are special and they make projects like this happen. But as we think back to our veterans, my earliest recollection was the fact that I was a child of a dad who was in the Navy. He served on the USS Pennsylvania. And one of my scariest moments growing up was to learn that my dad's ship was bombed and no one knew exactly what his fate would be. As he would describe it later, when that ship was hit, they closed off quadrants of the ship so it would not flood. And some of the Navy shipmen had to jump off the ship, so they did not know if they were going to survive or not. Those traumatic experiences were not unusual. That happened regularly And that's why we honor our veterans today. As Valerie and others have said, it is a team effort. And one of my earliest recollections of World War II was that we as kids, little kids, would find Lucky Strike wrappers laying on the ground. We would pull off the tin foil and we would bag it into balls so that that metal could be made into products for World War II, whether it be any type of tanks or bombs or whatever. Now, we all thought that World War II was going to be the end of the wars. And we, as we sit in this room and are comfortable, we can only imagine what other folks throughout the rest of the world are experiencing. So I know when my dad came back, he did not, from the service, he did not want to talk about the experiences. However, as a kid, you pick up that veterans are saying that they are not the same. Their families are saying after they serve, they are not the same. Today, we label that condition post-traumatic stress disorder. And I think that's what President Biden had in mind in 2022 when he declared November as a month to honor veterans nationwide and their families. And so it is our privilege as grassroots collaborators to be here and say congratulations on this wonderful opportunity to honor our veterans and make the world a better place. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. Thank you so much. And by the way, Pat sends me emails at 1:30 in the morning, just so you know. Okay. And I respond, of course, obviously. All right. We're about to wrap up now. Let me just say, too, before I mention this, we're going to have the groundbreaking ceremony outside here where we see the hard hats, and we'll be able to take a number of pictures with the development team, the deputy mayor, and, of course, the community, etc. But right at this moment, I personally would like to take time out to represent and for a special presentation. I thought about this long and hard. I prayed about it too, because there are so many people who have been just outstanding to see and make this happen. But then I thought about the Tuskegee Airmen who fought so hard in World War II, also known of, as you know, as the Red Tail Squadron. Men who would rise above, men who would aim high, never quit, and always expected to win. We have a different type of airman among us, one who rose above the challenges in a different way, of course, but a man who aimed high and never quit. He expected to win, and he did win, because we are all here today. As importantly, a man who carried the commitment in his heart. He wanted to make a difference. He wanted to make life better for those who fought for their country. We stand here today because he too pledged his allegiance to mankind. Ladies and gentlemen, I present a commemorative, Eric, if you would help me, please. Squadron tribute to someone who's very special. America's tribute to the Tuskegee Airmen. Robert Bob Bill, would you please stand? This is a commemorative red tail hat. Look at him blushing. I've had this for a while, holding it for a while, and hey, right. Bob deserves it. Bob deserves it. So I'm glad to see you surprised for a change, because he's always on top of everything. He knows what's going on. So Bob will provide the closing remarks. I'm probably in a little bit of trouble. Please come forward. Please remember also, there's lunch out there for you. If it's extra, take some extra for somebody else. And then we'll go straight to, well, actually, we're going to go straight to the groundbreaking. And then you can get your lunch. Thank you.
All right, you're right. You're going to pay for that one, Valerie. I don't even know what to say. So, as everyone has said, I'm going to keep this short because I'm hungry. As everyone has said, it takes a lot of people here, right? And we haven't even mentioned all of the ones that have contributed money, time, energy. MISTA and the city of Detroit, those two entities alone, this deal would not have gotten done without these guys really went away and above and beyond what they would normally do, what I've normally experienced from them. I can't tell you how much I appreciate Josh and everyone else from the city, Liz and her organization from MISTA. I got to tell you, this is them. They pulled this off, not us. So thank you. Macy Kiselinski doesn't want to talk. He doesn't have anything to say. He says, he's got to go. But behind us, this guy represents our investors, our tax credit investors. That's where the real juice comes in, right? That's how these things happen. Macy has believed in this, and I just wanted to take a minute to recognize you, Macy. All right. So we're going to do the shovel stuff and the shovel stuff, right? So let's do that and then grab food and stuff. Make sure you get all that stuff done because we can't get that back in my car. Thank you for coming, everybody.